you reading books though?
Oh, I mean, reading a dictionary is weird. We just reading the definition of words now.
But it's like inspiring how weird. It's inspiring how weird it is, though. It's inspiring, man.
Yo, what up, podcast? People listen to one and only legend of winning, aka Low. We back with another episode of Peer to Peer Podcast. On my left, I have my co-host Agent Zero. Say what's up.
You know what I'm saying? The one and only. I took a couple of days to just chill, just to think things through, to breathe a little bit, and to play a lot of Valorant. But I'm back on my shit now, you know what I'm saying? I hit all my group chats and stuff. I was like, I'm back now, fellas. The streets is going to be, I'm back weird. Now, man. Now I'm back, though. I'm back.
How did it feel to take a break?
It didn't feel like a break because I was thinking about work the whole time. I'll take my first like real break like later this month, probably.
But take a breather. How about that? A breather is better.
I take breathers all the time, though. This is just an extended breather. I took an extended breather. I take like regular breathers all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really just need like 3-4 hours to myself in my room and some Spotify, turn the lights red. And that's all the breather I need. Do a couple of breathing exercises and I'm done. I'm good. But to take it, I might actually like go on vacation or something at the end of the month. To like, where should I go? I don't know.
I'm not leaving the state anytime soon. I'm not doing that much traveling.
Why not?
I mean, there's still a lot of stuff going on right now. And really, I want to go to DC, but, you know.
Oh, yeah.
DC's
going on down there in DC.
DC's bugging right now. Yo, shout out to my podcast. People on audio platforms, Google Play, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts. Make sure you rate us a 5-star. Top 3 podcasts in gaming ever.
Sir!
Ever, right? Hey! Ever, right?
No.
Yes, ever.
Right now in America.
No, in
gaming.
No, just say top 3. No, you don't even have to go that deep. You just say top 3 podcasts on Apple Podcasts, bro.
Top
three. Top 3. Hey, yo, shout out to all my people out there on YouTube as well. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, make sure you like it up, and when you do all that, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can join. Know the gang. And then finally, shout out to all my word of mouth people out there, man. We rocking strong on all platforms: Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok.
We got a Snapchat I need to know about.
And shout out to Sir Z Gaming, man. I said I was going to say in the beginning of the next podcast. Shout out to Sir Z Gaming out there chopping up the footage for us, throwing it out there, uploading it on YouTube. Greatest hits and highlights of the peer-to-peer podcast.
Oh, say word.
Say less. It's actually a few people, but I know Sir Z Gaming, he always in the comment section showing both of us mad love, you know what I'm saying? Anytime we upload. So, you know, he did his due diligence, you know what I'm saying? That he uploaded on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to you. Much love.
Hey, make sure to say fuck Audio Mac, though. Make sure
I'm going to get a hat like that, but it's backwards.
I don't get it.
Fuck Audio Mac till it's backwards.
Oh, that will go kind of dummy, man. Facts. You know, Ethiopian parents, they sit like this they call them barchas, where they invite all the other dads and they just all sit like this and talk.
They sit like that?
Yeah, just like this. They all sit like this. They get pillows because, like, in Ethiopian culture, there's like pillow rooms where like the whole room is carpets and pillows.
Pillow rooms?
We don't call it. It's not.
Oh, so y'all have pillow rooms?
But like the whole room is like laced with pillows on the walls, and then a comfortable carpet in the middle, and then everyone just posts up like this right here.
There's no way. So you're telling me when y'all doing real estate, y'all make sure there's an extra room
for pillows,
just so you can put pillows and carpet.
But we just take the family room and make it the pillow room. And
the family room or the living room?
And no, not both ideally.
What?
Yeah.
It's not enough. One room isn't enough for you?
Nah, but in Ethiopia, like they take that room so seriously that they either have like sunken rooms where you like step into the room,
yeah, or
they have like the room starts like up here, so you have to like climb onto the thing. I don't know how to explain it, but they take it very seriously. There's a lot of pillows involved. And they have like pillowcases. It's like a whole culture. Like you can make your own pillowcases and you can gift people pillowcases so they can put on their pillows in their house. Swear to God. And it's the most comfortable thing ever.
So y'all just be building forts in random rooms, bro? That's wild.
Swear. Oh, we didn't mention John's not here today.
I was about to say that too. John a little busy, so we going back to the old format. Just one cam widening out. I almost thought about throwing a desk in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Throwing a nice little table right there.
Yeah.
Throw the forces on there. You know what I'm saying?
Where'd the forces go? They're probably in my room somewhere. We need to make them a part of this set. No cap.
There's literally no way.
Yeah. Hey, talk for a second.
Yo. Oh. Yo. So yeah. Yo, man. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Oh, you gotta turn the light on. Good looks. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. Been extra busy recently, you know what I'm saying? A couple things in the works. And on top of that,
why are you talking to me like that?
Clubhouse going crazy right now.
Oh, Clubhouse is going crazy. I actually just disabled notifications on that shit because they sent me a notification. They sent me a notification every 5 minutes for 40 minutes about the same shit. They kept telling me like, Kai's in this room. You don't want to come in here? And I was like, no.
Yeah, yeah. Stop pinging me in rooms that I clearly don't.
Kai's not pinging me.
Oh, he's not?
Clubhouse just like, come on, dude. You don't want to be in this room? And it's not a ping. It's just them deciding what they want to do is spam my phone up.
And that means they're better at notification than YouTube?
Yes, significantly.
Wow.
But it's obnoxious, though. You see how I want to turn it off? YouTube doesn't want people to turn off notice, so they put limits on shit so people actually click them. I don't want to turn the shit off.
Maybe it's just new to the algorithm. Like, you probably just start following Kai, and they're like, okay, we're going to throw these notices at you, and then they'll gauge on how often you click it. No?
No. I clicked on one kind of notification in my life.
I did too. And I take it back too. And I went in there and I immediately regretted it. Massively toxic. It's so Clubhouse is like the weird. It's like such a weird app because some people really use it for what I think is what it needs to be used for, which is networking and building up, your Rolodex, as they say back in the day. Building it up, building up your contacts list to make life easier, get a little information from people who you might not ever get in contact with, especially when we stuck in the house still. The Rona's still out there, so we still networking, right? But then other people use it for like the exact opposite. Like the fact that people use it as just like another bullshit app to me is just wild. Like, is it Twitter and Instagram isn't enough to just be bullshitting on? So now I gotta make Clubhouse my new bullshit app because y'all can actually hear me audio-wise. Y'all can actually hear me. So I'm just about to bullshit on this app now.
Yeah, it's the most fascinating app I've gotten a chance to hop on, and I'm actually fucking furious because a friend of mine had an invite like 4 or 5 months ago. And he was telling me, like, yo, there's bare celebrities and shit on here. And on top of that, like, you could network and boom, boom, boom.
Facts.
And my dumbass never did it. Imagine if I was on Clubhouse 5 months ago. And I only recently went on because it was hot. And it's like kind of like how, like Twitter for me. People would tell me to hop on Twitter in like 2008, 2009. But I didn't do it till like 2012, 2013 when it already matured and reached this like peak. So at that point, it's too fucking late. There's no... a lot of the upside disappears quickly in these social media apps. And so anyway, I feel like, I've been in and out the rooms and shit, you know what I'm saying? A couple of them toxic rooms and then a couple of the more productive rooms too.
But really toxic though.
Yeah.
Like
just about any Joe Budden room I walk into is toxic.
No, but there's much worse than that.
Oh, I know.
Like,
yeah.
When we talk about the sugar daddy chats.
Oh yeah, Davis being those.
The sugar daddy chat. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be in the sugar daddy chats just to figure out if I can finagle to figure out what do y'all be talking about. Let me figure what y'all be talking about so I can always avoid what y'all be doing. And it's one I'll say this, they real about that shit. Like it's not a game. Like they'll talk about not only sugar daddying but also escorting. They'll talk about plan Bs. They'll talk about they'll get deep into abortion. They'll get really deep into it. Like they get really deep. But then on the flip side, there's also this subsection of women their worth as a woman in this situation. I'm like, I don't know how you figure that you're worth something in this relationship if the nigga that you're looking for is so high value that he not only has enough money for himself, but also is willing to just spend money on you Like, where's your value in that? But they literally act like you got to know your value, girl. We got to demand certain ways that they treat you. I'm like, I don't know how you come to that conclusion, but it works. So then I'm like,
wait, how do you know it works? Is that
that's
they
what
do
they're
like
saying.
Testimonials and shit in there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's woman there who's saying like straight like, I just had a dude hit me my Instagram, and for the past 6 months he's just been taking care of me.
Wow.
I'm like, what?
And that inspired every other woman.
Everyone's like, oh my God. And I went to her page and I'm like, I went to her page and I was like, you look like, you're thick, you look good. And then like the next girl over you is like, no, she's a 2. So that it can't work out for her that way. But she thinks it will because you said it happened to you. Matter of fact, it was someone who was already a speaker who said, hold on, girls, I have to bring up my sister because she said it just worked for her. And she went on this whole story about how a nigga just took care of her for 6 months. And I'm like, that's wild.
The fact that they take, well, so hold on, I gotta ask. I haven't actually been in any of these rooms. Not that I wouldn't if I saw it. It just doesn't show up on my page.
I'll ping you next time. I'll ping you in.
I've been to like a bunch of relationship ones. I haven't been to no sugar babies. Yeah, I was trying to think about.
There's one that's sugar baby in Atlanta too. So just for the Atlanta,
for real,
the Atlanta sugar babies.
Yeah, no, I need to start having more of the Atlanta ones personally, because those connections are gonna be way more useful.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of videographers in Atlanta who like, that's
yeah, facts. Yeah. Man, that's fast. Do they take pride in it? Like,
for sure.
Like,
there's literally a girl and she's like, she's BBW, and another one who's a trans woman, and she was like, I demanded him to treat me like his ex-wife. Like, you were not going to sit there and just try to hide me because you were ashamed of me. I demanded him, and sometimes they didn't do it, but you can't waver, because when you find a man that will, then he's gonna be a keeper.
Huh? If you had to demand some shit from your man that he doesn't want to do,
but it's not really the man, it's a sugar baby. So
the fuck? You supposed to be showing her off? I mean, do the guys like take pride in that shit or what?
I don't know. I have to meet it. I really need to meet a man. I keep seeing like I need to meet these women, but at this point I just need to meet the men.
The guys who are doing
I just need to meet the men. Like where are you at financially where you just feel comfortable just like giving women thousands of dollars each week?
How much?
Thousands.
Okay, this is getting crazy. Now, I feel like if you're a person
literally on Instagram, and she has Coach bags, Gucci bags, and it showed us that those are all the things that he bought for me.
And man,
or they'll sit there and say, "See, I make my own coin, but I just want to make sure he's spending on me though." I'm like, why?
I don't think you do make your own coin. I don't think you do.
Hey man, I still feel like, but I don't think that's the worst though.
No, it's not.
The worst?
I done hopped in the chat low and I forgot who was running it. It might have been Joe Budden, but it was, worst horror stories with women. And the stories that these people were telling, bro, it made me feel like my stories weren't shit. Because their stories were near death multiple times.
Yes.
Going back and forth out of prison over dumb shit.
Yes.
And just like your like entire social circle imploding in 16 different ways. And it made no sense how it was all happening in one story.
It was one of them that said that he got drugged eventually. I was like, how do you get to the point where you're not even sure like what she's doing in your own house? Matter of fact, the Young Berg situation, I don't know if you remember, like a few months ago, or his name Hitmaker now, he had a girl in his house that he had to pull the gun out on him because she had called niggas to come to his house to rob him. He had to pull a gun out on her. And he was in a dire situation, so he had to do what he had to do.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Bro.
Stuff like that that's wild.
This is
allegedly.
They were just telling crazy. There was this one funny story that it just had a funny twist. I'm not gonna tell his story, but just to go over it low. Basically, he was going to Shorty's house, right? When he was there, the second he grabbed her ass, a dude came out the fucking window with a gun and pointed it at both of them, right? And so he was trying to escape basically the entire time. Eventually, he took his the guy with the gun took his eyes off of him and he cut. And then he just ran. Eventually, I guess he said he saw the police, and the police asked him questions like, "Were you around there?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then the second he said yeah, the entire chat was like, "Oh wait, so you told on him?" So even
that wild as shit, niggas in a life threatening situation, and niggas like, whoa, you snitching now? What?
On the guy that pointed a gun at you, bro, you would snitch on him?
Whoa.
And then he was like, oh wait, hold on. In my mind, I was like, how are you gonna save this? Because you just got done telling us how you talked to and he just had a conversation. I don't think he went to the police station or nothing like that. He just had a conversation with the cop saying, yeah, I was there. There was a guy, he pulled a gun.
He didn't even report it. They just said.
And then the wildest part was when the cop went to the house to check, the girl said that there was no gun there. The guy just got afraid and ran. And I was like, that's such a crazy story, bro, that I don't think there's nothing I do to ever come that close.
But see, so to the women who were in that sugar baby chat, the reason why I don't think that's egregious is because at least they're being real about what they're trying to do. Like, I don't agree with their lifestyle, but at least they're like, because the conversations they were having were beyond the idea, because they weren't even like trying to finesse men out of it. They were like actively saying like, you just need to find men who are willing to do it, like openly do it themselves.
Mm-hmm. Were there guys like that in the
It
stage?
was like two or three guys, but two of them were ball players. I was like, I guess.
Ooh, do we know them?
No, one was a football player. No, wasn't no basketball player. No basketball player. One was a football and one was a baseball player.
Word.
And another dude was just in a suit. So I was like,
CEO.
I guess. Yeah, I get it. I guess if that's fine if it's just two consenting adults, okay, cool. I mean, I disagree with things that people do, but if y'all both on the same page, that's okay, cool, right? And then also the other things that they were saying was like, even they were saying like, y'all, the reason why you don't need to spend your own money is because you need to start saving your money for what's going to happen afterwards, because this lifestyle ain't gonna be forever, because when you get a little bit older, it becomes harder. Like, they were being straight up serious with them. You need to put money aside for abortions. You need to keep playing B on you. All that stuff was like, it was very open. And also it was like, you need to keep yourself fit. You need to lose. Like, they were almost like borderline Kevin Samuels. Like, you need to lose weight if that's the type of man. You need to you need to start. You have a certain standard of looks you got to keep up. Even if you're a big girl, there's still standards you need to keep up. Even if you're a trans woman, you still type of things you need to keep up. Even if you're a gay man, there's certain type of looks you need to keep up, because the reality is that's what they're looking for. I was like, man, this is wild, but okay. But then, like, when there's women who are like trying to like finesse and scam and get over, like, that's when I'm like, that's too much. Like, that's OD. Like, you just doing all that just to do it. That's kind of.
Isn't that kind of sad though? It makes me sad, because if you know that the only reason that guy is paying for any of your shit is not because he give a fuck about you, is exclusively because he thinks you look good, and to him, that's enough for that transaction to be like valuable to him. And it's like, okay, but then are you gonna look good to him in 5-10 years? Like, what's the long-term plan? You gonna keep bouncing around? Then what if like nobody thinks you look good once you're like 45, but you don't have like any life skills? I get how that could be like, I get how it could be interesting. Like, it'd be nice to have no responsibilities for like a week for me. That'd be nice, but I can't do that though. Who am I going to pass it off to?
Very true. But I think what's crazy, I think even the women to the extreme that I was in a room with, I think they are very minority. I don't think that's majority of women.
Easily.
But I do believe there is a subsection, a nice subsection of women who are just this level of delusion, who can have every aspect of what they were talking about, but also not understand the repercussions that come behind it. But to me, and we had this conversation before, I talked this about Davis as well. To me, the worst aspect of Clubhouse are people who are actively getting scammed by niggas who are claiming that they're experts, and they're not experts. That is, so like, nigga, if you're on Clubhouse, y'all niggas on Clubhouse, right? Stop giving people YouTube advice when you are not a YouTuber or you haven't uploaded on YouTube in months, or you don't have that much of a following, or that your background in YouTube is something that occurred 5-6 years ago. Stop. The amount of YouTube rooms I've been in sub-irrelevant niggas giving like concrete information to people who are trying to be up and coming YouTubers is scary, bro. It is scary. And they're giving them bad information.
Horrible information.
Like the amount of times I've heard people say you need to buy Google ad spots to promote your own YouTube channel. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
Bro, Lo, he was in a room where a guy was trying to explain how to use hashtags on YouTube.
Oh yeah, he kept saying hashtags. I was like, nigga, you talking about A, just tags, and B, he was making it seem like tags or hashtags were like the end all be all and they were so important. I was like, nigga, spend more time on the fucking thumbnail. Spend more time on the title. Matter of fact, spend more time on the content. Off of the title alone and how many times they've been recommending you to other people, they already know your audience already. They already understand the concept of your audience. Sure, the tags matter and they'll help a little bit. But nigga, the fact that we even had, I was like, why are we having a conversation about hashtags right now?
Shit is sad. People feel, here's what I think. I think people
like to hear themselves talk.
Yes, and they also want to feel important, and they could do that by exaggerating their self-worth to people online. Yep. And then you could double check and you could check on people's YouTube channel. It's like, damn, man, that's the person that's giving advice. That's a tough scene. And here's the thing, like, I was in a room a couple of days ago with somebody that I knew for a fact knew infinitely more about YouTube than me.
Yes.
So then when people ask questions, I didn't even answer because I was like, nothing I say is going to be better advice than the person in the room who I think is the best at this.
Yes.
So I didn't say shit.
And like, that person wasn't even a mod.
Yes. But it's
which
like,
irritated me. I'm like, y'all nobody ass niggas is going to talk over this nigga right now. What's up with y'all? What's the problem? What's up?
Yeah, that shit had me feeling some type
of way. Your 5,000 subscribers mean nothing right now, bro.
I was like, yo, what's up with these people, man? Everyone wants to kind of feel like, yeah, like they get a lot of like validation in feeling like they help someone. And so they create these rooms and they're like, it's about helping people. And the amount of times I've heard creating value.
Yes.
Creating value. And it's like, it's true, but also I'm getting fucking tired of hearing it.
How many times you heard, make sure y'all follow everybody on the stage, everybody follow each other, make sure y'all go through everybody's page. This is what we here to add value to each other. We here to share information. We here for each other. So make sure y'all follow everybody. I'm like, nigga, just because y'all have these artificial inflated numbers on Clubhouse does not mean anything, bro.
Yeah. And so, yeah, in my opinion, it's sad because there was a couple times, and I'm sure these are just rooms I've been in, where they just gave objectively horrible advice. And because I happened to be on the stage and I knew what I was doing, I saved people's careers. There was a videographer, bro, starting out on YouTube. He's like, hey, Jen, I love your videos. He asked the question, right? He basically asked, like, yeah, how do I grow my YouTube channel? Generic question. All right, that's an impossible question to answer in 2 minutes or in a short period of time. But somebody was like, yeah, what you need to do is you need to start putting like keywords in your title. And I was like, why are you telling him that? But then I let him continue to see, and he's like, that way your videos are going to pop on search. And I was like, man, this could be potentially horrible advice. So then I waited till he was done potentially trying to ruin this new videographer's career. And I asked a couple good questions. I was like, first of all, what's your goal with this channel? And he's like, boom, 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 boom. Because you have to see first what they want to do with it before.
Which is so weird because that's now becoming a thing that they're doing now. Because I believe people like me, you, and the other person we were talking about, like people who actually are big on YouTube, the only way we can answer it is if we give you follow-up questions, right?
Yeah, otherwise we're just throwing answers in the air.
But that wasn't, when I first got on, that wasn't a thing. People would just say generic things and they would give them generic answers and people would be like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And I'm like, it might not even apply to your channel. So that's the reason why you didn't think about it, nigga. Like, that's why. But you're right. You had to ask them follow-ups to give them a legitimate answer.
Yeah. So then after I asked them the follow-ups, I was like, yeah, don't listen. And I actually said like, yeah, I wouldn't do search at all if I were you. I'd optimize for recommended and for suggested, because that's where the bulk of your views are most likely to come from. Don't spam keywords in your fucking title. That is not the way. And then everyone else in the chat, like there was 2 or 3 other people that jumped in, were like, oh, that might apply for your gaming channel, as if to like relegate my abilities on YouTube to just the one gaming channel I have. And I was like, okay, so we're going to do that. All right. Well, I have an AMP channel that has 600K in a year. And on that channel, we did 3 videos that are like the type of videos that he likes to do. And on those videos, we position them like this and they perform like this. And on this other channel, I did this type of video. And then they were like, oh, but like you're talking about like the algorithm. And I was like, man, you guys, your knowledge on the topic is so fucking preliminary.
And then you go on their page and I'm like, nigga, you haven't uploaded in 4 months, nigga. Shut the fuck up now,
okay,
bro.
So here's the thing. So when I hop in like relationship Clubhouse rooms, even if I get on the stage, I don't be up there giving advice to nobody.
Because you're not in a relationship.
Nor am I an expert on relationships. And so I feel like I'd just be talking on my ass if I started to give advice to people about relationships. And so I feel like people should just move with the same level of respect, because it is respect to not potentially sabotage someone's career prospects or relationship with bad advice. Bad advice can be dangerous, man.
But here's the more fucked up part about it. And this is why I said... And I'm being do not get scammed on Clubhouse, because I'm already seeing niggas getting scammed. And when I say, I'm not saying that because of bad advice. I'm saying that because there's people on Clubhouse who are positioning themselves as experts, right? As they position themselves as experts, they're then saying, I have this YouTube course and you're able to grow big. All you gotta do is just apply for this YouTube course. And they're selling courses, they're selling ebooks. Oh, there's literally rooms that are literally saying, explain people how to sell an ebook and stuff like that, be claimed as an expert. And it's like, y'all niggas are not actually experts.
Yes.
Y'all are not experts.
There was the room that I was in yesterday that I pinged you in.
Mm-hmm.
In that room, there was a lady in there who asked a question that made it clear that like she just started out on YouTube and she saw like a lot of success off rip, and she was asking how to follow it up or whatever. So then I went through her page because she was like, this is pretty interesting. But then I found out she was selling courses on how to grow as a legal professional on YouTube. And I was like, but you don't know how to do that yet neither though. And that's fine. You can learn, like that's all shit you can learn, but then you can't be teaching people how to do it because you don't know neither. And it's like, the reality is if you want like basic level information on stuff that exists online, you know what I'm saying? And even, especially when it comes to YouTube, YouTube has a whole creator academy where you can learn all the basics. So when you want to learn the advanced stuff, that's when you need to find people who know what they're talking about. But it's difficult to find those people because people will put on a facade like they know what they're talking about. But then as you learn, you quickly be able to identify the people that know what the fuck they're saying and then people that's BSing.
I just, because the amount of times I go into a room and I see niggas say just reckless shit is so odd to me. And to my advice to people out there, because I even tell people all the time, like, if I'm in a YouTube room and you do makeup, I straight up tell them, like, I can give you like surface level advice, but I legitimately don't know what's going to work in your space. So a lot of times I end up just telling people, study your space, study your genre, understand what works and what doesn't work, because that's really what's going to help you even when you start to pivot. So because there's plenty of people who just like, I just want to get my mark, I want to be monetized and stuff like that. All right, cool. So this is what you do. All right, so since that's all you want to do, all right, cool. Or there's some people who are trying to get this subscriber count number. All right, cool. This is what you want to do. All right, cool. Do that. But if you want to actually stay relevant, if you want to build on YouTube, stay relevant for a long time, make this an actual living and not just like passable income of like $500 to $1,000 each month, like some bullshit like that. There's way more to just the surface level, advice that people are giving on Clubhouse, claiming that they're experts. And the reality is the only way that you're going to stay relevant on YouTube is if you do your own due diligence, is if you study what's happening in your community, is if you study your analytics. Like it was like we were literally in a room breaking down like the analytics, like how to go to the analytics and go through your page and stuff like that to plenty of people in the room. And I was like, nigga, how long has this room been active? And he was like, oh, this room been active for, first of all, there's like plenty of rooms that have been active for like over a day. I don't know how the fuck that's even possible. But he was like, yeah, this room is like been going on for 2 days now. And I was like, this is the first time y'all been doing this in 2 days? Y'all don't even explain to niggas how to check analytics?
They just be saying that. They just, the amount of times I've seen people say dive in your analytics. But it's like, I don't know. It's there was a room I was in where there was like an expert and there was like a wannabe expert. And the wannabe expert kept giving advice, and the expert would jump in there like, "Oh, he said this, well, he meant this." He kept correcting him because it's like, you know how dangerous saying the wrong thing could be. When people ask me,
I had to do the same thing too.
Yeah, but it's like, why people are so obsessed with themselves that they're willing to derail someone else's life so they could feel better. And the reality is that other person is never gonna attribute like their thing fucking up to that bad advice. You know what I'm saying? They're not even going to think about that. They're not going to think about the 17 different people that told him like, yeah, just cut it off or keep it going or whatever the advice was. I don't know. I just find that app fascinating, man. The amount of fucking life coaches I see on there
is ridiculous.
Life coaches with courses and consultations.
And what's I always say this too. How many like people who do really well on YouTube? How many of them are actually selling courses to also do well on YouTube? I think Logan Paul might have been the only nigga, right?
Nah, Jake
Paul, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else.
But that's it. Like, if I'm doing well on YouTube, I don't need to sell you anything to do well on YouTube, because that's how I make my money, is to do well on YouTube. Like, I've never met a nigga who went into a room who's giving advice for YouTube or actively seeking to give advice to people who then turn around and says, I'm now going to start charging for this advice. That doesn't make any sense, because I'm actively going out of my way to search people who want the advice. So I just tell people all that all the time, and upcoming YouTubers and stuff like that, bro. As someone who has made a living off of YouTube, a very lucrative one, I just tell people all the time, bro. I give people advice out for free daily. I don't care about it. You be successful in what you want to be in. I'm not trying to earn anything on the back end off of this advice that I'm giving you. But Clubhouse is such a new app that everyone is getting caught up in certain things, and it's like, bro, I just feel like that's not the premise of the app. People sitting there flexing their followers, like go in this room, follow for follower, how you go from 0 to 1,000 followers on Clubhouse. And I'm like, what does that do though? What does that do?
It does nothing. It just strokes people's egos. People live their lives just continuously stroke their ego and feed their insecurities so they could feel better about their miserable existence.
And let me say this. Actually, the more followers you get on Clubhouse, the less important it is. Because the way that the algorithm works on Clubhouse, it's basing your hallway or the homepage where it shows all the rooms that you're in. It's basing that off of who you follow, who's following you, what type of rooms you've been in, what type of clubs you following. So the more random people you follow, the harder it is for that algorithm to construct that. So the more people you follow just miscellaneously, the harder it is for you to actually be in the rooms that you probably need to be in to get the most out of Clubhouse. So it actually makes no sense. Like, I don't need to start going in an artistry room and follow a whole bunch of artists and poets and a whole bunch of people who draw. Like, that doesn't do anything for me. Like, it doesn't actually. It doesn't benefit me. I don't need my whole hallway to be filled with a whole bunch of which is the best, way to paint or whatever. Like, I don't need that shit. Like, literally. No knock on them, but it literally doesn't benefit me.
I'd be hopping in rooms from time to time that don't really benefit. I was in a room.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it don't, but
videographers and cinematographers.
You gonna follow everybody in the painting room?
I ain't following none of them.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, but I just be listening though.
Something I'll be interested in want to hear.
Yeah, I just be listening. Like, okay, talk to me about, you know what I'm saying, the difficulties in the videographer world, man. They just be going in. I'll be like, wow, I didn't even know. And honestly, do you know what the app taught me? Is that like what I specialize in is very specific. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that I don't know and that I can learn about. Exactly. Because when you live it, you're like, this is all that you do. So in your head, like, it's all that exists, or at least a large part of what exists in the world. But then when you go on Clubhouse, there's like so many rooms where you're like, oh, okay, so that's some shit I also don't know about. And there just be some fuck around rooms, like Lupe Fiasco's and Van Life Rooms, and he started up a room to Royce started up a room to discuss Osiris's Gucci jacket. And I saw Lupe in there, and Lupe is like, I don't even know what is the Gucci jacket. I just watch van life videos and sumo wrestling or whatever he said. Like, he just be doing weird shit. Oh, he said playing with my sword, because that's what the fuck he likes to do. He plays with his sword and shit.
What?
Yeah, that's what he said. I watch van life videos and play with my sword. He has an actual sword.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know how you're taking it. But anyway.
Hey, that'd be wild.
Yeah, it's a cool. I'd be on there for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour of the day. You know what I like to do? I like to hop in rooms where I have no business being in.
Yeah.
Like, I'll hop in like matchmaking rooms just to see people get shit on, and then like people linking up and people talking shit. And then I'll just place it like in my shower while I'm taking a shower, and I'll just let them fucking go at it.
See, I ain't gonna lie. That's the one thing that's great about Clubhouse. It's becoming that's the app it's becoming. Like, how to like this, it's becoming an app to where it's like I can just have this shit in the background and just hear people just bullshit for hours at a time.
Yep.
That I do be finding entertainment in that. But it's like, I don't know, some niggas like, I don't know. I just know, like, if you're in a Clubhouse room and a nigga has been in that room for like 6+ hours and he's trying to claim that he's an expert, that nigga's not an expert, because if he was an expert at it, then he will be making money at whatever he's trying to push you in. Like, he'll be making money at the thing that he's doing. Like me, an actual, I wouldn't even call myself an expert, right? But me, an actual YouTuber, successful one, I can't be in Clubhouse for 6+ hours a day because I'm actually making YouTube videos.
Word. Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't. That's like if a nigga sitting there like the podcasting one is worse.
Word?
Yes. Because there are niggas who is just some people asking very simple questions, but like I went there, the podcasting was when I first realized niggas didn't know what they were talking about. I basically described what we just did for the first year. We're peer-to-peer, you know what I'm saying? Third biggest podcast in America.
Yeah.
Just period. No journalists.
In gaming.
No.
In America. Right now.
Third biggest podcast out there, 100,000 subscribers first year. You know, pulling. I ain't gonna say the numbers. I ain't gonna say the numbers per month. I ain't gonna say the numbers per month, but he up there. You know what I'm saying? Told him all that, and I just asked him, you know, what's next though? You know, podcasting is still fairly new, and when you're scaling at the rate we're scaling, we're kind of just, we don't know what's next to expect, because we're trying to, you know, continue to grow and build, and we want to make sure we make the right steps. So, you know, when you get to this point, what's next, expert?
What experts say, bro?
Expert was like, man, my podcast is not even that big, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, nigga, what?
At least he didn't lie, though.
Oh, no, he didn't lie, but then another nigga was like, so he said, give me a little bit more of your numbers. And so I was like, okay, I gave him like just a smidgen bit more of his numbers. And he's like, well, this is telling you know too much of your numbers, and you should probably just study your numbers a little bit more. And so I was like, I'm not gonna just tell niggas my numbers over the fucking internet right now. Like, why would I do that? That makes no sense. But then I'm like, nigga, so you're basically saying study my numbers. That's your advice? You don't think a nigga who's grown the podcast where it's at right now didn't study numbers? Interesting. All right, so you just don't know what the fuck you talking about, nigga. Just don't be upset that my podcast is bigger than yours, nigga. That's what it sounds like. Nigga, he got an attitude too when he gave me the advice. I was like, he just upset my shit bigger than yours.
Because think about it from like their perspective. Like, they started that room to let everyone in the Clubhouse universe know their authority in the podcast market. And then when you came in, they were like, are you trying to fucking take our followers from us?
Now, here's the fucked up part about it. Not only did they do that, they all had like icons that said podcast with a red headphone over the podcast. So everyone who's moderators had the exact same thing on, right? Mm-hmm. And for a nigga with a fucking Legend of Winning logo to be like, hey, man, you just shit on everything y'all got going on while still asking for advice, so I know y'all niggas can't answer the shit. What you think about that? He was like, bro, what's your numbers? Let me hear your numbers again. Let me hear them.
Yeah, you need to study your numbers a little bit more. You need to study your
numbers. It doesn't sound like you know your numbers that well. So you study your numbers, you're going to continue to grow. Like, okay. All right, nigga, you just
I'm going to start giving people that advice for everything. Just study the numbers. Look at the numbers and study the numbers.
Yeah, just study numbers.
That advice actually is relevant in almost every aspect of life.
I'm not gonna lie, it is.
Because you can quantify anything into numbers and you could just study them.
Just look at your numbers and study them. That's all you gotta do. What's even worse is that I sit there and I'll be thinking like, when more and more I sit there, the more and more I realize people just be bored at the house, especially now niggas just stuck at home. Niggas be bored and they just want to start shit, so they don't know really why. Like niggas, like you just sitting there like, why you want to start a YouTube channel? I want my personality to be seen. And then part of me, and I don't want to be harsh, but I really want to be Kevin Samuels on that shit and just be like, but who are you though? Hey, why the fuck should I care about who you are to watch your videos, huh?
Yo, I saw there was a kid that came into one of these chats and he was like, Agent man, love your videos. And then he's like, all right, I just had some ideas, like I want to grow my channel, but what should I do? And then somebody was like, oh, and first of all, he directed the question at me.
I think I was in this room with you.
Yeah. And then the guy was like, hold on. Like, why do you want to grow on YouTube though? And as a kid, he was like 12. He just wants views and money and he wants to get popular. Of course. That's what the fuck he wants. He's like, well, I just want to make money, man. You know, my mom, we don't come from like a good area.
Yeah. We all in that room.
And then he's like, no, but like, why though? Why do you want to make YouTube videos?
See, that nigga was upset that a child was about to pass him his fucking YouTube views in 1 month's time.
And the kid was like, I mean, I like making videos. I just want to do it because I like kids don't think that hard at shit. They're like, I like doing this thing and I saw famous people do it. So I'm going to do the thing that the famous people do that I like doing, man. It's not that fucking complicated. And then I had to like cut it off because I was like, you want him to say he wants to change the world so badly. Not everybody has to fucking change the world. Maybe this kid just wants to give his mom a better life. Maybe he just wants to do the fun shit he saw some famous people doing. We actually don't know, nor in this instance does it fucking matter.
Plus, he's a child. Why should he have to answer what he wants to do for the rest of his life in the moment?
You,
as soon as nigga goes into a clubhouse and he's like, what do you want to do, nigga? Tell me right now. What the fuck is your life goal, bitch?
You don't have a plan for your life? You're 13?
Nigga. Whoa, you getting up there in age, aren't you, huh, Sonny? You sitting there making big decisions with your life, but you ain't trying to answer me why you doing this, huh? What's your purpose in life, nigga?
I was like 12. And I literally cut him off. I was like, man, that idea you just mentioned, that series, I never heard of that before. That's tough. Like, I want to gas him up because I remember for me, I remember when Sub the Gamer left a comment on a random video of mine when I had like 1,000 subscribers, and it made me want to like just grind really hard for like 6 months when he did that. And it was nothing to him probably, but to me it was like, oh my God, at the time he was like 250K subscribers or whatever. And I was like, damn, that's so huge for me. So I remember thinking that. So when I'm bored sometimes and I have the chance, I'll just do that for other people. So I'm like, I don't know what kind of impact it's gonna have on this kid that watches me for him to hear that like this idea I thought was dope. So just keep going. That's all the kid wanted to hear, bro. He didn't need you to audit his fucking life plan. All right. You're not his goddamn academic advisor, parents, guardian, brother. You're just a guy on the internet with a YouTube channel. He asked a question.
And not even a popping one. You're just a random nigga. Like, you're legitimately a random nigga.
So, yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious to me. And then he followed up after I answered. My answer was like, well, the reason why I asked that is because you really have to have a love for this thing. And I was like, oh my God, bro. I started YouTube because I uploaded in 2008. Marshawn Lynch ran for like 70 yards and he stiff armed the shit out of one guy. I loved the clip so much, I rushed to my computer to download it and then upload it myself, and it got 80,000 views. And I was like, what can I do to get 80,000 views again? Now, it wasn't going to be through NFL clips because they started copywriting those. So what I did was started making Call of Duty montages that pulled 100 views. So I worked my fucking way up till I can get 80,000 views. But the reason I started is the same reason why people are addicted to TikTok. TikTok pushes people that nobody would have known to like 500 to 1,000 people, but it's enough for them to get addicted to the loop of just wanting to create stuff for the entertainment of others. So you don't know what his motives are going to be beyond this point. He just likes shit he saw famous people doing. That's it.
But why? But he would never do that in any other facet of life. Like if he just said, I want to, like if his son came and be like, hey dad, I'm gonna join a basketball team. The nigga's not gonna be like, but why, son? But why? Why do you want to, like, what do you want to do in life? Why do you want to join a basketball team so bad? Do you really want it? Because you know you gotta love it, son. He's not saying that. Nigga can just be bored at the crib, want to play basketball with his friends, nigga. It's not that complex. And nigga is 12, nigga. Fuck.
Mom, can I go outside and hoop with my friends?
Whoa.
But why? Is it because you want to live an active lifestyle and be a healthy person for the duration of your life?
No, Ma, I'm gonna play with Timmy down the street.
No, but why do you want to play basketball of all sports?
It's just easy to play because we just getting a hoop and a basketball. So can I go?
No, the reason I was asking that is I just want to make sure that like you're being healthy. Like I just want to help push like healthy activities on you and stuff like that.
I just want to play basketball. That's it.
You know what's funny? It's like, this is going to be a crazy take, but I think parents have been doing their whole lives what people feel way too comfortable doing on Clubhouse right now. And that's because they kind of have to. But parents give bad advice all the time. Like all the time.
Especially in the past like decade and a half, because how much like the world has been changing. Mm-hmm. I think my girl has a friend, or who was this? Had somebody where her parents was straight up telling her like not to use the phone or not to, you know, interact with the internet. And I'm like, that's like the worst thing you can do right now for a child.
Yeah.
Because the how much the internet is changing and how much is going to be a part of our lives moving forward. The idea that you can just tell a child to not participate in the growth of social media is so dangerous, because it's not only I forgot what it's called, but like as time progresses, there's some jobs that are going to like disappear. I guess you can say it's going to be some. I don't know. It's the actual word. I don't think it's automated though. It's some jobs are going to disappear, but they're going to be replaced with other jobs because it's the market just fluctuates and changes, and the demands are different. So yeah, sure, there are certain, but the thing is that they don't know that though. So the same way like you had a generation that was telling their kids like you can grow up and you're gonna work for Ford, you're gonna work for GMC, and then come to find out all those jobs are being taken away by automation. Like we don't need that anymore. We don't need people mining for oil, right? So then people are freaking out like, oh my God, I don't know what job I need to do next. But the reality is like there's a portion of the economy that hasn't even been tapped yet, just because your mentality is so stuck in 30, 40, 50 years ago. And now you're raising children that exact same way, and you're not prepping them for this next economic boom.
And it's like parents, obviously, for the most part at least, they want the best for their children, but it's not like you're not living in the same world that they're going to grow up in. Telling them to not be on their phone is crazy. Like the amount of times my parents, like they meant well in their minds. They're like, yeah, you're going to be like engineer, dude. So you have to get off video games. But then like video games is actually what I'm doing now. And I'm way happier than if I was an engineer. Nor could I be an engineer because I fucking suck at math. And that's a biological thing. I grew up disadvantaged at math. That just wasn't my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that's just bad advice though. So I hope that I never get like fixed like that, because I want to be able to grow with time. You know, the last thing I want to be is like the person that like just stopped learning or just figured like this is the way it's going to be forever. So no matter what changes in the world, I'm not going to change my mindset on this one thing, because it's going to have to change too. Like so much of the world is changing every single year. It seems like there's this new thing. And when you look back 5 years at the phones that we used to use, the monitors we used to see, the PCs we had, the cars we have, like it's insane. Electric cars were like some weird shit that fucking nerds had. Like people would ride around in their Nissan Leaf and we would fucking make fun of them. And now everybody has their self-driving Teslas. You know what I'm saying? Phones used to have massive bezels with one camera on it that shot like pixelated as fuck. But now not only is there no bezels, but there's 3 cameras. There's a telephoto, a regular, and a wide on a phone. And then in 5 years, this is going to look prehistoric, even though it looks normal to us now. So it's like, if things are changing that quickly all the time, we should be able to like identify that and then be able to change with it. And then, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the people in the business world understand that, because if they didn't, they would no longer be in the business world. They would be homeless. But a lot of people outside the world where like things are a little bit more static, like maybe like on the creative side of things where there's not is not so transformative in the way things change and look all the time. Like if you're a painter, there's not going to be this new brush that changes the game every 5 fucking years. So then if you're in a field where you don't have to keep up with the times, you should make it a serious effort to keep up with shit, because otherwise you're going to fall behind. And you don't want to be that guy like later on in life that people are like, I don't want to talk to this guy about this thing because he's just grumpy and fixed, and he just talks about how great it was back 30, 40 years ago.
Do you think we're going like through like industrial revolution, like how it was like earlier in America? Well, you're not American. Well, you're American, but you're not like. Well, you are North American. You know what I'm talking about. where like they like the economy was changing a lot, and you know, railroads were becoming more common, and
I know what the fuck an industrial revolution is.
Okay, yeah. You think we going through that right now, or we're in the middle of it?
No, because the industrial revolution, supercharged the economy. So if we were going through it, then it happened in the early 2000s with like the .com bubble. I wouldn't argue this is a revolution. Things just feel a little bit more accelerated, but I hardly argue it's a revolution.
Okay. Only reason I say that is because I do feel like we're at a point where, like, me and you and our age group, we're in the perfect age group of being young enough to know what it was like before the internet, but also being old enough to take advantage of it while it's still essentially at its infant state. Like, I don't know how far we would consider this to be, like how far in the course of the internet we would be in right now, but I still feel like it's early enough to where
it's infancy.
Yeah, where we're old enough to really take advantage of what is going on because we understand the full history of it. Whereas other people may not. If you don't like do your due diligence, you just fall victim to it, such as growing up without a fucking cell phone because your parents are retarded, right? So we're not at that stage, right? And also, like, I think the internet is at a point where people are so naive that someone can come across and just take advantage of that, of people being naive to the full effect, right? So I think that's what we're kind of at right now.
Yeah, and people have been, and it's
for sure.
Like especially on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you could just make up a fake story, and as long as people want to believe it, they will share the soul out of.
Which is wild.
I could just say like right now that like Lowe has ate 3 human beings in the last 3 years. Like, you swallow them. You cut them up.
If you just caught me a picture with a bone in my hand, you'd be like, oh, whoa.
And I just have to promote it to, like, people that already didn't like you a little bit. And then they would be like, yeah, I could tell. He does seem like the type of person to eat humans. So it's like, but that's like, and you could just, and man, that shit is so sad to me. That is so wild. And those last week, everything that's happened, and then how people just rush to defend regardless of any overwhelming amount of evidence to prove otherwise. You're like, no, this is what I believe. So it doesn't matter how dumb I look. I'm just gonna.
But it's so scary that people go into conversations with their like Artie. I get it. You go into a conversation with Artie with like some type of belief, but when you go into a conversation and definitely an argument with your belief, and then you're not even like willing to pivot or move off of that, and you're actually simply arguing just off of your belief instead of being open-minded, understanding, and, you know, gathering new information, that's where like shit just gets scary as hell, and it just stops growth because you're not willing to accept like something that's new. But I think the only reason why I say this is because I think everybody is like, either you're going to benefit from like, you know, electronics and a benefit from
electronics, bro. How old are you, bro?
But you know what I'm saying. You're benefiting from advancements. You're benefiting from algorithm placements. You're benefiting from statistics. Like, you're either going to benefit from that or you're not. And it's I don't remember it ever being to this degree. I mean, in almost every aspect, because like even with basketball, for example, like if you're not caught up on you know, analytics, like you're just fucked right now. Like if you're just still kind of fighting your way of saying a mid range from Andrew Wiggins is just him in his bag, so you got to let him just go ahead and go get in his bag. Like that, if you're still in that realm of
he was
like
breaking today.
Breaking him and Curry, and your boy
Siakam.
Yeah, what's up?
He was doing good in the first half.
No, what's up with him? What's up with his bag?
I don't know, bro. I'm tired of fucking seeing him spin.
Yeah, that game winner for Siakam was wild. That nigga is like dribble in between my legs. Oh, he didn't fall for it.
Spin.
I gotta spin at the free throw line for a pull up. I'm like, nigga, you could have just pulled up, nigga. You gotta spin into a pull up. Fuck. He made Wiggins like Tony Allen because everybody know the nigga about to spin. So Wiggins already anticipating it. Fucking Wiggins like prime Ron Artest out there because the nigga knew the spin was coming.
I could imagine them in the huddle like, all right, which way do you think he's gonna spin?
If Steve Kerr was in huddle, like, if these niggas run any play for Siakam, just look out for the spin. And then this nigga, what's his coach name?
Nick Nurse.
Yeah, Nick Nurse is like, Kyle Lowry just pass it into Siakam in the backcourt. And the nigga's like, that's it?
Kyle's like, are you sure? I have like 19 points this quarter.
I can pull up really anywhere if you want me to without me having to do a spin, coach. He's like, nah. They're not going to be anticipating that spin from Pascal. That spin's going to throw him off. And Kyle Lowry's like, nigga, I don't even know what their scouting is, and I know that nigga's about to spin, bro.
Curry had 1 3-pointer all game. He did nothing all game.
And the 3-pointer he made was just such a wild one. It was a very reckless one.
Yeah, it was. And he made it.
And they still won that game.
They won over free throws, too. Fuck the refs. That was a shit call. Objectively shit call.
Oh, yeah, it was. I ain't fuck with it. I thought Damian Lee was going to miss the one. But, yeah, shout out to my man Pascal.
Man, it's been tough watching the 2-7 Raptors.
I told niggas that they were gonna be bad.
No, but not
y'all can't keep losing players and just stay exactly the same.
Okay, first, I don't want to get into a whole Raptors talk, but there's some promising prospects. Like Van Fleet is on fire. Chris Boucher, I've been saying for a minute they need to fucking get rid of somebody just because he needs more minutes, bro.
But
6 blocks.
Y'all know what you're about to do, right? I know you're gonna have to unload some of these players now.
Yeah, Harden, right?
Stop.
I'm trailing.
Because Kyle Lowry might have to go somewhere else, right?
Oh yeah, I love Kyle, but for the betterment of the team, they need to pack him up because Van Fleet's the guard. I love Kyle, and I hope that never happens. And I'm gonna shed a tear when he gets packed up. But I think the best move is to pack him up.
You have a Lowry jersey, man.
I know. I'm gonna get one. No cap. I gotta get one.
Because that's definitely your guy.
Yeah, it is.
That's definitely the guy.
For the betterment of the Raptors, Lowry got to go just because he's on a 1 year.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
yeah.
And he's a big contract too. So y'all might get something, a little something in return.
Yeah.
Get a team out there. Like if the Clippers might be dumb enough to be like, oh, they actually really need a guard, but they don't have nothing for $30 million though. So I don't know.
Kawhi.
Stop. Well, Paul George, your guy.
Can you imagine Paul George on the Raptors? I'd be miserable.
Why?
No, I would love it until like
the playoffs start.
The stress of like, oh my god, that can't be any worse than Pascal spins though. So,
it might actually be worse because you'd be like, oh, this nigga's in his bag, he's dribbling. Oh my god, he's getting it, and this nigga just bricks on the side of the backboard.
2 Raptor players hit the side of the backboard today. I know, and that I missed the first quarter, so there could have been more.
Nigga.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. I just after all that, just saying, bro, don't be left behind, bro. Don't let your elders allow you to get left behind because it's gonna cost you. This is not a time right now where you're just gonna be stuck in the old ways of like, these are the jobs I'm going to be preparing for without like looking forward to realize like what jobs are going to be on the horizon, because certain jobs just aren't as relevant as they once were. But there's certain jobs that are manifesting out of this advancement in technology, advancement in analytics, advancement in algorithms. Like you have to be aware of what's happening in your surroundings. And so I'm fearful of like a lot of 18-year-olds going to college and they're making decisions because, you know, your 30 to 40-year-old parents, when they went to college, it was, you know, be this thing, and that thing just might not exist in 20 years, or it won't be making as much money.
Word, like you should be teaching your kids how to code, because like that's going to be valuable 20, 30 years from now. And it's not hard. You could literally just boot up. There's YouTube channels that teach you how to do all of that. JavaScript, C++, and then next one.
And I tell y'all all the time, man, there's skills that we have that we don't even know how truly valuable they are, bro. Like y'all just have to like keep open-minded to what's happening and understand how the economy is shifting and jobs that are being created. Especially, you know, we're probably on the brink of a Great Depression, so you gotta keep that on the horizon as well.
Are we? Well, you heard it here from Lowe himself.
Yeah, you know,
prediction of the Great Depression.
The dollar's about to be worth 50 cents in a good second. So.
Yeah, no cap. I'm dead ass. No exaggeration. This month, I'm about to buy a house. I'm not trolling because I don't need my cash just depleting in value because the government decided to print an obnoxious amount of money last year.
Big boss talk.
Because you know what governments do when the economy's thriving? They save. They save money. You know what the American government did when the economy was thriving? It continued to spend and continued to drop interest rates. So then when the economy got bad, like interest rates can't go any lower and there was no money saved. In fact, they just gathered more debt. So now China owns more shit. China owns so much debt in the world, it's actually kind of scary. They own a lot of debt in Africa to the point where like they just own shit in Africa now because of how much debt they own there. They own a lot of American debt too. Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. People are just too used to it because America's been on top for a while. But in like 20 years, no. In like 10 years, I think it's gonna be widely known that China is gonna be like that number one country in terms of GDP and economy. And I think the only thing holding them back right now is even though their economy is massive, they still have a large amount of poor people in their country, like a very large amount. Like this country is largely made out of middle class. There's some people in lower class, some people in poverty, some people in upper class, some people in the top 1%.
Like us, right?
But China, there's like a lot of people that are poor in China. So if they could figure out how to get those people that don't live in the cities, that live like then boom, because China's like a fucking powerhouse.
Bro, you never answered the question, bro. I asked you like last week.
What happened?
How does it feel to be a high value man, bro?
I don't think I am one. I don't think I am one.
Financially speaking, how does it feel?
But that's not the only metric though.
Come on now.
But that's not what a high value man is, though. Nigga, that is not just.
Nigga, answer the question. How you feel to be a high value man?
I'm telling you, I'm not.
How does it feel to be top 1% of your age group?
Oh, it feels incredible.
Talk about it.
It's great, man.
Talk about it.
It feels like
Davis is probably like you probably 0.005 too, but Davis is probably 0.005 too.
Yeah,
you just walk into rooms knowing that nobody, like niggas your age ain't even close to you. You feel like that sometimes?
Not necessarily. No.
Come on, you know that, right?
I wouldn't say I feel like that. No.
Come on, you go in the rooms like niggas checking niggas' pockets. Like, come on.
You know what's funny?
You not even close to this shit. What I just earned on one video is probably what you make in a month, nigga.
Okay.
Come on, you feel like that?
Hey, so check this out.
You never felt like that?
Check this shit out here, bro.
You going?
Check this shit out.
Yeah, you going?
I've been in some of these Clubhouse rooms with like actually relevant experts in their fields. I've been watching videos from like, there's a channel called like Creators Economics or something like that. Mr. Beast Manager and some other dude run it. And I've watched consumed so much of that content in the last 2 weeks that I now like, I'm humbled now. Like I don't even like, I feel like I'm way smaller than I am because in their world, somebody that gets 5 to 10 million views per month, or even on a great month, like 18 million views per month, that's nothing. Like that is nothing.
They pulling that in a video or two.
Yes. So to them, like 75 million is like, oh, you're a big YouTuber now. 200 million is you're a massive YouTuber a month. So in their world, I'm like a very small fish, but like in my world, because I live my world, I'm not. So like I just got done watching so much of that content. I'm like, man, there's so much that I have to do because I'm not even remotely there yet.
But do you think that you produce content to be that big though?
That's the thing. So I'm trying to reorganize my channel so that I can. But it's like there's very few games that allow you to do that, especially in gaming.
Like the game I told you last year?
Which game is that?
Rust.
But Rust is blowing up for streamers now. It's not blowing up on YouTube yet.
There's been niggas who've been uploading Rust and they getting 700 to 1 million each video.
Link me these people.
Weldon is one of them. Okay,
link me. Oh, I've heard of that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've been doing research all day because I'm starting a 6th channel. I actually already created it.
Oh, there's niggas in the room saying they CPMs.
Who?
In the Clubhouse room.
Oh, word?
And it was like, they were saying, nigga was, and it was actually a nigga who did Google ads. And he was saying like, he knew like how to fluctuate the shit. And he was like saying it. And I was like, oh man, keep going. You can't say this, but keep going. And nigga was like explaining like how niggas like, and it was, so I was kind of confused to why so many people were just like, okay with like barely getting that many views. And it was just because a lot of these people, they were giving informative like videos. And the CPMs were like ridiculously high, right? But they weren't getting that many views. But I was like, oh, but you know, you still getting it, right? And so then the dude was like straight up saying, like the Google ads, he was like, yeah, the amount of money I have to spend for a technology video or a how-to video or a business video is insane. It's ridiculous. But it's precise with who I'm actually engaging with that I'm willing to spend the money. I was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, it's actually in November, we all had a bidding war where we manipulated the CPM to over $45. I was like, wait, what? What you? And what? And where? And he was like, oh, in marketing, we just did it to $45 in marketing. And then there was a boom in real estate late in the year as well, where real estate videos are having 35 plus CPMs. And I was like, oh man, really? You don't say, huh?
I'm gonna have to do some real estate videos.
I would say, you don't say, huh? So real estate, right? So you spend how much in real estate again? Real estate ads? Oh, okay, all right. Oh, and he was saying he was basically a Google ad broker.
Oh, word.
Which I was like, I didn't know it exists, but it makes sense actually. Yeah, it actually makes sense.
It does, but that just means he runs his like an advertisement business.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, because the broker,
he's just basically the middleman between Google Ads, who's working Google Ads, and how much he's telling the company to spend for the Google Ads. Word. But because of that, he works with different companies for Google Ads, so he essentially knows how much CPM is for.
That's a very valuable skill. I've been trying to learn that myself.
Very, very valuable.
Like I want to be able to learn how to run ads on Facebook and on YouTube.
Do you think it'd be worth re-uploading our videos on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about getting into all of that.
Yeah, I thought about it. So.
I'm thinking about hiring someone to do that for TikTok for me.
Me too.
And maybe even on Facebook. Yeah, all of that shit is mad value. I feel like I'm blowing an easy opportunity on TikTok because it's so easy to grow on there. It's mind blowing, and the fact that like David Dobrik spent a year away from YouTube to grow TikTok. And now he has more followers on TikTok already than he does on all his YouTube. And he's spending time on Twitch. So like people that don't follow David Dobrik outside of YouTube think he just disappeared. But he's like all over the internet. He's just not where you're used to seeing him. And he's massive now on TikTok.
You gonna make some TikTok videos of this?
Let's do it, bro. I got some fucking songs we could dance to.
Yeah, bro. I got a couple of like what those things called, those memes where like you stand up. You go left or right depending on where you like your opinion is.
The point?
Yeah. No, not
the pointing shit is dead. That shit is dead now.
No. Like when you stand up, and it'll be like over here Brandon Ingram or over here Chris Middleton.
Oh, and then like, yeah, let's do that shit, bro. That's gonna be
shit.
That's gonna be our shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's gonna be our shit. Or I'm gonna pick AMP members.
Oh yes, and then Davis, and then you be like, you walk to the yes and bamboozle the fuck out the fans,
yeah,
and then just backpedal to the no. Like got you, man, got you.
Easy, nigga.
100 million views.
Or we start beef, AMP and Too Hype, and I just like pick which member I would want to side with.
Group wars. That'd be a dope TikTok.
Nigga, I'm being so serious. Tomorrow it's probably gonna be something like that. No, we saying it and joking around. Niggas will be like, "That's a good idea, actually." I could probably get mad views from that. And then I'm gonna just start doing cooking videos. He'll say cooking videos have a high CPM too.
Word.
Because it still falls under like almost like how tos. So cooking videos are all consistently around low 20s to mid 20s.
Man.
So I'm gonna just start cooking too.
When them family channels finally got banned from the greatest CPMs on YouTube, it just opened up the world for the rest of YouTube.
Yeah.
They were just hoarding the greatest CPMs. Isn't that so crazy?
It is crazy.
That they had the youth and that Colgate and Kinder Surprise and all the kid companies knew that shit and advertised directly to kids. And YouTube was blessing these family channels for like 4, 5, 6 years. And nobody else had access to the premium ads they had because only kids. We want kids. We want to advertise to kids. Second, the family channel lost all those perks. Man, tech, real estate, financial videos, a whole bunch of different genres just got blessed.
But I will say this, my timeline videos always have a really high CPM.
Word?
Yeah, anytime I'm like chronicalizing anything, it has high CPMs.
I wonder what my real estate video did on my second channel. I wonder what CPM that, you know what I'm saying, I got. I might just have to start.
We just throw real estate in the title.
You know what I'm saying? Doing some NBA 2K real estate at the My Courts.
What I do with my stocks, my 2K stocks. Just start throwing shit like that. Interest, taxes, returns.
I'm gonna just say those words in videos so that the bots catch it and then transcribe it.
Yeah.
And then they go like, oh, okay, we know what this guy's about. 30 CPM YouTube.
And then imagine a fucking 12-year-old on your fucking video getting a fucking a tax return ad. Like, you filed your taxes, TurboTax. You like, you filed your taxes ad, and this nigga's like, I don't know what the fuck we going. I'm trying to watch Agent Zero, nigga. And then in the beginning of your fucking video, you're like, what up, guys? Time to file taxes. Get back to the video.
Yo, I'm about to start my videos like that. I swear to God. And I want to just see if it makes a difference. You know how like I think
I'm surprised like none of the Paul brothers have done that yet. Just to, like try to trick the algorithm with the hardest.
Who is it? Drew Gooden has weird intros like that where he'll be like, "Hi guy, welcome video," or he'll just say weird shit that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So this will be like my weird thing that doesn't make sense. I'll just be like, "Hey guys, let's file taxes." All right, man.
Hey guys, let's up that 401k.
Yeah, I'm about to get paid on that video, bro. Oh, dude. Oh, man.
Hey, guys, let's make the right interest with an IRA so we can retire early.
Hey, guys, let's make sure to maximize our ROI on this video. Let's get it. And then YouTube's going to be like, ROI?
Whoa.
Yes. Oh, man.
High CPMs? Man, gotta be some adults watching this video.
I'm going to just even throw in the how-tos like, hey, guys, today I'm going to show you how. Today I'm going to show you how to. All right, let's get into it. And then YouTube's going to be like, he's going to be showing so much tips this video and tutorials. Ooh, DIYs? Do those pull? They probably pull.
They probably do, actually.
Yeah.
On the and of course, makeup channels and stuff like that.
Yeah, makeup's like the tier below, though. Like finance is up here.
I mean, but me and you are like all the way at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Gaming is like down here compared to all those other
Which is wild because gaming is the second biggest audience. So it's very clear who the fucking audience is.
That's why, though. The audience is massive. So there's just more people to send ads to. So it's not as valuable to the advertisers.
True.
Females are more valuable.
Why the fuck do they spend so much money promoting TikTok?
What do I mean?
Why does so many advertise? Because that's nothing he was saying. He was saying how much money they're throwing into TikTok because you can artificially make something viral. Like, you know the whole Bust It challenge right now?
No.
Okay, it's a challenge where this song is going. It's a song and it's sampling.
Can you show me?
Sampling. I can show you my phone. I'm not about to bust it challenge right now. You're gay.
I don't know what it is. So I just want you to show me.
So
show me what it is.
No, I can't. It's they standing up first. The girl is standing up, and they look like how I'm looking right now. And then they like almost squat down and like shake their ass, but now they're dressed up. So no, I can't do that for you. But the song itself is like out of nowhere. No one's never heard this song before, and come to find out it's from a girl who just signed to a record label. And the odds are the record label flooded influencers on TikTok with money to make that a viral thing now.
Tough.
So what he was saying, like that's what they do. Like companies just flood TikTok to try to make things artificially viral.
Don't they have to hashtag add that shit?
No. They might. I don't know. But
at least the original person who posted this shit.
Maybe. But everybody else doesn't have to do that, and they just say hashtag busted challenge. That's it.
People were just looking for content, so they're like, challenge, ass. I gotta shake my ass. That's views. There's a
Isn't that
challenge.
crazy?
Shake my ass, views. What the fuck? And they just immediately, they don't even wait for the camera to turn on. They just start shaking ass.
Oh, we got to do the other
on.
challenge too.
Which one?
Corvette. Hop in the motherfucking vet.
That bullshit. Oh my god,
There's so many challenges you gotta catch up with on TikTok,
bro.
What if we just like a satire TikTok account, bro? Corvette. Hop in the motherfucking vet. Nigga, why you felt like one like that? When you want like that, you talk like
that. Get up. Why did you fall like that?
Hey!
Get up, bro.
Hey, as soon as we done the podcast, nigga, challenges downstairs ASAP, nigga. I'm knocking these challenges out immediately, nigga. And I'm gonna just purposely act goofy just so y'all dumb niggas can follow me, bro. And redirect y'all niggas to playback. Facts. My number's going up this year, nigga.
Oh, fuck. Oh, YouTube Shorts is out too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get on top of that. You know Mr. Beast already made a channel for it. So you know it's gonna be big.
Oh, really?
He called it Beast Shorts, where he just uploads like random 40-second clips out of his videos and just uploads them straight to YouTube with titles and thumbnails.
Interesting.
And then you could upload those same shorts to Instagram. I think they got Reels now, or IG, whatever. They have like
IGTV?
whatever the fuck they got IG. Fucking hell, dude. Whatever.
How is YouTube and IG connected?
It's not. I'm saying you just re-upload the same shit you did to YouTube to IG, then you do it to TikTok. Now you just post it on 3 different places with one piece of content. It's called efficiency. So you can upload your little Corvette challenge in that bitch.
Corvette. I'm doing that deadass this year with Facebook. I am re-uploading my content on Facebook.
Where your videos would do good on Facebook because Facebook niggas just like controversy and shit. Like they just want to be able to see something that they could talk about, like, and they love to.
Did you hear this nigga say Jordan is better than LeBron? Nigga, watch this video. And then it gets shared a whole bunch of times. And niggas like,
I'm gonna get on that though. I've been slacking dramatically. There's people that fell off on YouTube, and I'm like, man, that's tough for them. Like, I wonder what they're doing.
But they're actually popping on Facebook.
Yeah, huge on Facebook. Huge.
DDG's one of them. DDG, I'm not saying he fell off on YouTube. DDG's one he just reuses his content on YouTube on Facebook. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna get better with that type of shit. Honestly, YouTube's been feeling more like a business to me in the last like year. Like, think about it. At the beginning of last year, I had one channel, 2K gaming channel.
Mm-hmm.
I ended the year with 5 channels.
Talk about it, bro.
And
trying to diversification, bro.
Yeah, and I'm about to make a 6th, and now I started it with just like Toasted and Waleed, and now like Chris for AMP.
Facts.
We have Cankles for AMP.
Facts.
We have Caleb for playback and peer-to-peer.
Facts.
We have, well, I have one more editor I'm about to pick up for my channels again.
Speak on their balls.
So it's like, and then that's not even including all the people for AMP, from like the production people to, we have multiple camera people.
Omar.
Yeah. To multiple camera people to.
How you feel about Omar?
I think he has a lot of shit takes. He feels way too comfortable.
Yeah, how you feel about Omar just like trying to gloat up off our clout? How you feel about that, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to him about that.
Nigga doing podcast runs now. I'm like, nigga,
is he really?
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, who are you?
Again?
I mean, he was on B Soul's podcast. I was like,
when was this?
Like last week.
Oh, right, yeah. Omar's been a guest on more podcasts than I have.
Yeah, which is wild. Oh, nigga, who are you?
You think he like emails these people like, I can be on your podcast?
That'd be wild as shit. Hey, nigga, how you on other people's podcasts, nigga?
And you could just ask B Souls though if you want to be on his pod, though.
I've been on his pod already.
Oh, okay. I
was like one of his first second guests. Me and B Soul's cool, but when I saw Omar, I was like, for what? Like, why is this nigga on the podcast, nigga?
You didn't want to get Omar's basketball takes, of course.
No, they got his 2 hype takes.
Really?
His 2 hype takes, his women's takes, which, those are the worst. He called himself the timeline terrorist. I was like, what the fuck? He said it multiple times, and B Soul's like, we'll keep it in the video. I was like, nigga, no. And then what else? Nigga said he gave another hot take about something. And I was like, I guess this is what we doing, right?
I guess we're giving Omar interviews
in
2021, bro.
I guess this is what y'all niggas doing. I guess. Yeah, this nigga Omar doing a press run. Wow,
maybe he got something he got to sell.
I don't know. He got to get something off his chest. I don't know.
Yeah, we should get someone to like help us with our podcast. So that when people, because that's usually when people come on podcasts and shit is when they have something to promote. You know what I'm saying? So like, if we want to get,
we kind of already got that. My girl's been doing that a lot.
No, but I mean like
I ain't gonna say.
I mean like someone. It don't have to be full time, like part time, but like. Yeah, that's important, man. Like, we're gonna get Jimmy Butler on the podcast, and the only way to get him to do, not the only way,
let me do mine.
But the best way to get him on the podcast is when he got something to sell, because that's when they go on tour. On all. But
it's gonna be hard not just because of the Rona.
Yeah,
because a lot of yeah. Because you right, normally it was. So when they just came down to Atlanta to do the press run in Atlanta radio, all we had to say is like, nigga, we got more views in the radio. Come over here. Stop playing with us, kid.
Kid.
Stop playing.
Yeah. Oh, damn. I didn't think about that. So we're going to have to wait till the off season.
Yeah. Honestly, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's going to stop playing basketball to come over here and talk to us, nigga? You crazy?
He had a rest and shit. No, I don't want to say that.
He doesn't want to hear that shit.
He
ain't resting. Nigga's not resting.
No such thing as rest, man.
Jimmy Butler, bro.
Rest doesn't exist.
Jimmy Butler. You think Drew Holiday top 50 in the league right now?
Yeah. I can't imagine he's not.
Well, I was saying it doesn't have him in the top 50, so.
I didn't watch your video, but I just saw you drop it.
It's actually doing good, too.
Word?
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
That's weird to you?
No, it's not weird, but
Hey, don't ever downplay your success ever again in my vicinity, all right, man?
I can't wait till I get over my nerves and just start disrespecting niggas on the internet.
You haven't been doing that?
No, I mean like really going in.
Okay. What does that look like? Have you uploaded that video?
No, but I'm kind of afraid too. I'm like, man, why can't I just do this? I just want to go in your room and like record me playing in your closet so I can just add that skit into the video.
I don't have a closet.
No, you do like all the shoes in your.
I guess.
It's not walking.
It's not a walk-in though.
All right, I'm playing Willie's closet.
It's not walking either.
No, he got his diamonds hanging up.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting his diamonds.
You gonna put them on and shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go in you and I'm gonna be joking around like, Asian, you wanna sleep with me? And you're gonna be like, dog, you're straight. You got a girlfriend. I'm like, today I'm not. Not today.
We just broke up. We're on break. For the next 2 days.
And I'll make sure I'll fill the last like 30 seconds with the same shit I've been running for the past 2 months. All that shit, bro.
That's good. I like that, man.
But when that day, I can't wait for that day.
Wow, when do you think that's gonna come?
I don't know. DDG might just pop out and tell me to get the fuck out of here. So I'm afraid of that nigga. So
why?
Because he has clout. All right, shout out to Bruce. Bruce reacted to the playback video.
Oh, did he?
Shout out to Bruce.
I'm gonna have to watch that. Did someone upload it?
I don't know. I was in this shit live. I gave him $1 to do it and he did it. So
that's a great $1 you spent. Man.
Yes. I was like, this is valuable right here. So shout out to Big Brucey Bruce. You know what I'm saying? Big Brucey Poo. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
What you call him?
What?
I heard you say Brucey Poo. Interesting. Now that's interesting activity coming out of you, Marcel.
Shout out to Big Bruce.
That's very interesting activity coming out of you, man.
I'm just saying, bro.
Very interesting.
Big Bruce, you know. Oh man. What else we got to talk about? Oh, do you want to touch on DC? What's going on there, man?
I didn't really keep up like that, bro.
How could you not? What?
Because I was doing shit.
You saw it on the timeline though.
No. I have a service level understanding of what happened.
Yeah, this video's doing good. What the hell?
Okay, is it a 1?
Oh, I know. I can tell. Like that's how good it's doing. Like where I can just like look at the numbers. Oh wait. Let me click on it real quick. Huh?
It's a 1. Okay, talk to me then, Lo. Just got a big 1.
The thing that I hate about that channel is the CPM just isn't as high as my other one. Yeah. I'm just putting how-tos in front of everything just to see if it goes up.
I think it will
how
grow.
To just roast this nigga OSN. How to disrespect the top 50 list.
Nah, you gotta. Yeah.
Yeah. Any hot takes from the timelines that you saw all these Patriots?
I thought the only interesting thing,
especially since you're an outsider, I actually do want to hear what you guys say.
Yeah, it's okay. People were like, man, and I'm usually the slippery slope guy, so I'm like the king of slippery slope. But when people were like, man, if they could just ban Trump because of like what he said, then we should be worried. And I was like, no, the fuck we shouldn't, man, because they've been banning people for a while now, and the fact that Trump just got intruders and inspired them to head into the Capitol, and all he got was a warning. That's presidential privilege. If I convinced a friend to trespass the Capitol, they would have packed me up and suspended me without hesitation. Any platform would have. The shit that he did was bannable on every platform, so they banned him. And he has presidential privilege. So there's no fucking slippery slope here. If I did even 1% of what he did to inspire nothing like that, then I'd be packed up too. So I thought that was very interesting. People were trying to make the slippery slope argument. The only thing I thought was funny was that's not the first time he did it. It is the most egregious rendition of him doing it.
Exactly.
But he wasn't issued no warnings before. I think all the apps were afraid of what he might retaliate and do. But since he's about to leave anyway, now they feel like emboldened to just do whatever. And I was like, man, I should have had that courage sooner. But I mean, I was more. The only thing that had me slightly worried about that whole situation was the fact that people were like, all right, now do this person next. And it would be people that even I disagree with on just about everything. But I was like, we're not gonna pack them up. They haven't broken any rules yet. So that's not how this shit works. They were like, all right, Twitter, this person next. Like they were like almost like trying to go on a crusade to just eviscerate everyone that disagrees with them. And that's like, wow, that's no way to live. I mean, not that.
But that was just cancel culture being validated. Like, oh, we finally got Trump, so I know we can get these other niggas the fuck. Like,
let's not stop there. But it's like, hold on, let's stop there though, because unless those other people also participated in that,
but like that was such an. I just don't. I hate the I definitely feel like this, especially with basketball, but it's just like it's so many people who are extremes who are arguing with each other, in that because I may more so side with this form of the extreme than the other, then I either get lumped in with it, or if I don't agree with it because it's an extreme, it's like, oh, then you must be, for the side. And so the niggas who are the loudest are just the niggas on the extreme, but probably most people are in the middle, right? Mm-hmm. So in this case, to even I know it's niggas who are extreme who are yelling this, but everybody knows what Trump did was an extreme. It's like we don't have to double back.
It wasn't?
Was. So we don't have to double back and go through everybody else because we understand what he did was the extreme. I don't have to say random Jimmy from 2 months ago said, some pro-Trump thing and now I have to get him the fuck out of here too. It's like, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure even he realizes, niggas storming the Capitol building was just wild as hell. It's unacceptable.
Yeah. I like to do that test on people in my inner circle just to see how accepting they are of just people that don't agree with you on things. And I'll bring up someone polarizing what would you do like if somebody like it was a Trump supporter and if they were like, oh, I wouldn't even be able to, and I'm like, all right, then we actually don't have much to talk about because then I know you just surround yourself with people that just fucking it's like an echo chamber of all the shit that you already think and believe, and it's like that's comfortable, but it's very little growth there. Not saying that like everyone has to be at odds, but it's like you should at least be open to the shit. Anyway, yeah, I thought those are the two interesting takes I took from it is one, the people making a slippery slope argument that didn't exist. And then two, the people pushing to get more bans, even though those people didn't break any social media rules. And then like everything, man, Pinterest, Spotify, every imaginable app was banning Trump. I saw somebody post saying like, what was he supposed to do? Drop a diss track? And then somebody responded legitimately like, no, actually they have podcasts on Spotify. And I was like, why do you ruin jokes, bro? Why do you come in here and ruin jokes on the internet while we're trying to have fun? And go away, bro.
The only thing I gained from that, it was very interesting to see like what the reaction and the action was going to be. And of course it's always interesting to see how people for like the past 2 or 3 years claim that, you know, organizations like Black Lives Matter or people who have been against Trump for like the past couple of months or years now, how extreme they are, and then to see niggas actually storm a Capitol building is kind of like just
bro,
wild.
I don't know how legit this is. Well, I saw a video, so it is legit, but I don't know how much authority she has. There was a video I saw from a lady, this white lady, and she was like, "Man, that march we had." That was nothing.
Oh, that was a prelude. We're gonna go back on the 17th or
in an armed march.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Like that's the next step. Like I don't know what the hell y'all about to do.
Oh my god!
But it was interesting.
Wait. Oh, you know how bold you have to be to post online saying you're about to walk in with weapons to the Capitol, bro. You know how fucking bold you have to be, man.
But set that in the middle of people being arrested now because of the shit they did the other day. They were like, people getting arrested. He's like, don't worry about it because we're going to be there armed next time. And we're going to do the same thing we just did, but this time with guns. So just be prepared for that. So that was very wild. But yeah, it's just very interesting to see like the contrast and what people have to respond. Like I always like to just see like when, like if like the people who sat there and said like, you know, Paul George is better than Jimmy Butler. And then like when the year is over, like, what do you have to say now at this point? And most of the time they just quiet. Right. Mm-hmm. But like, it was interesting to see like some people were like, this is like, I'm for Trump, but this is a lot right now. Like even like a lot of people were like, this is a lot. Like y'all niggas got to chill out for a second. So that was interesting and telling. And I think that, it was kind of what you call it. It was very clear like what was happening was very extreme.
Yeah, that's a common thing that happened with me where I was like pretty liberal when I was like in high school and even college for the majority, and I just saw so many people that also claim to be liberal do insane shit that I was like, oh, let me just create some distance here like this. Yeah. And I saw the same thing happening on the right side where people that were conservative were like, I don't know what the fuck that person's on, but let me just distance myself like this.
I even did with Bernie. I was like, man, all debt? All school debt? Not even like we can get like a high percentage? Let's just say 68%, Bernie. You go there with that?
Bernie, my guy.
This nigga said 100%.
If you racked up over 100K in student loan debt, there should be nobody paying that off. Because at
that point you're an adult going back to school saying, "Give me another 10K this semester." That's you, nigga.
Yeah, no, that's a you problem. But it's like when I mean like extremes, I mean like when you see the shit that Alex Jones be on, as entertaining as he is, he's very entertaining. Yeah. But if you're conservative, you got to go like, okay, he's also wildly crazy. So let's just distance yourself like this.
You're all, but it was so funny because the nigga that they should have been distancing themselves from, which many of them did 4 years ago. I think many people forget that. 4 years ago, they were attempting to distance themselves from Trump. It's just that he won.
Oh yeah,
so they had no other choice.
And they were like, "Oh, let's just roll with it."
Yeah, so they really had no other choice. But it's so interesting that now that he's about to be out, now they're gonna be like, "Hey, it's time to start distancing ourselves again." So you about to get out of here. That shit you doing is wild. But also, what I also found very interesting is like the internet is like, especially Twitter, is just hilarious in like the way they interact with like other subgenres of Twitter. So Black Twitter was like so adamant of like, why aren't y'all shooting at them? And I was like, yo, I was like, nigga, what? Like that's what you're getting out of this? I was like, Jesus. It was like a lady in a wheelchair who fell over and she's like, well, guess you deserve that. I was like, fuck. Really, Black Twitter? Golly. Or the nigga, he was in the street and he was like wheelchairing his way. He's like, come stand with me. And he was like, I was like,
I saw that one. I think Corn quote tweeted that. He's like, I don't think you're gonna be standing anytime soon.
I was like, Jesus, like, is that? Yeah, but Black Twitter they can't stop getting jokes off, so they just keep doing that. But when they were just like, man, just look at how different it is, because y'all need to really start pulling them triggers. And I was like, what the? Or the lady who did pass away, her life was taken, and then someone was like, say her name. He was like, no, I'm never saying it. Matter of fact, she does. I'm like, nigga, Jesus. So it's just, the extreme is always interesting to see where they want to come from and how their stance is going to be. Because as someone who's in the middle with a lot of opinions, where I can kind of gauge how there could be mishaps on both ends and kind of come to a conclusion that's rather rational, even if I may side one way or another. It's just so interesting how so many people are just like willing to take one extreme to the next, especially when more than likely both sides hold some level of responsibility. So it's so interesting.
I didn't know if I was when I was moving this, it was vibrating the mic and nothing. So
I hope not, because that means it would have caught it the entire.
Yeah,
tough. But that's it though, man. That's it.
But that's it though, man.
Let me see how long we've been going.
Since producer John's not here today.
Not here.
What did I say?
Oh yeah, 140.
Okay, cool.
We're good.
Yeah, look, get out of here, man.
Yo, AO podcast people, about to go make these TikToks. You know what I'm saying? Corvette, you know what I'm saying? About to go make these TikToks.
Hey man, you moving different, bro.
We doing a playback TikTok? Playback TikTok. Oh, let's do a playback channel.
Huh?
A playback not channel, challenge.
Oh, I'm about to say
a playback challenge.
A playback challenge.
Where y'all had to do y'all favorite memes of me and Agent and I.
Nah. It has to be something viral that's even people that don't know us can catch on to.
True.
We'll think of something.
Me and you got to do something crazy though.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay.
Cause we got to get those views up.
Had to. TikTok on the way.
I want more 100,000 view videos on playback, so I got to get the views up.
We're gonna get it there, man.
Yeah.
I have faith.
We're gonna inflate it with TikTok viewers.
The teeny boppers.
Can you imagine niggas in the comment section like, I saw y'all from TikTok. Can't wait for that day.
The two guys on TikTok? Yeah, they did that public interview that one time.
Yeah, which I don't know why we actually should just start uploading that stuff on TikTok. No cap.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? Oh nigga, we gonna have
what's a TikTok,
man?
We gonna have what's a TikTok.
Hey, thanks for watching the podcast, man. If y'all new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Peer to peer on YouTube. Videos available. Put on the notifications and make sure to go.
No, the gang.
Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play. Thanks for showing love. Apple Podcasts too, man. Make sure to drop a 5-star. Hey, word of mouth people. Thanks for showing love. Make sure to say fuck Audio Mac, man. Hopefully one day this year we'll get Jimmy Butler on the podcast. And that'll be it. Hopefully next podcast we'll have John in this bitch, and then
next episode, episode 100, bro.
Oh shit.
Hey man. Big 100 episode shit. Next episode, man. Man, it's gonna be big shit, man. You don't want to miss it. I'm just capping right now because it's gonna be a regular episode. We're gonna keep yelling in the beginning, but big 100 episode shit, man. Yeah. Big 100 episode shit. Big shit popping on the way. Can't make sure you hear that note again, bit.